In the result that the time does come when the poop hits the fan, your premiums for coins, a reason these will have so much value. You could look at some of your generic rounds that are just silver. Just silver. But you look at some of the verification processes. Now, we do have modern verification processes. You have scratch tests, chemical tests. You can even use bleach, all different kinds of things, ring tests. But one thing, for many, many, many years, the production of U.S. currency has been protected by the full weight and authority of the U.S. government. So that's why you don't find that many replications or fake coins. You know that in the event that the stuff were to hit the fan and your dollars all of a sudden overnight are worthless. And you're thinking, I better get to the store because what you can buy your gallon of milk for $15 today, tomorrow you might go and you need $30. And the amount you're making is not increasing. It's just things have gotten out of hand. In the event that the dollar becomes useless and there's lines like in Venezuela, you know that these are easily recognizable. Maybe not among the young generations, but they know that coins in the United States were silver. This doesn't need to be scratch tested. In all reality, if somebody knows silver and deals with silver, these don't even need to be weighed. You know what this is worth. You know the real value of this. It's strange, this was a $50 in the pockets of the working men and women in this country. But this still has value. Any place in the world, this still has value. While the US dollar is not accepted in every place in the world. A lot of times you need to go through currency exchanges. That's the reason the people couldn't have these as their money. They couldn't use this as a form of exchange. That's the reason that the people couldn't use gold as a form of exchange in the United States of America, because it is real money. Because the government has to work just as hard for it as the people, because it was a true equalizer. It had a true value, even though in all reality none of it really has value. What has value is food. But it is recognized around the world as possessing value. This is why it can't be in the hands of a people. Because a people whose money is independently controlled, meaning they could take it in from other countries, they could take it in from their countries. How do you tax something like that officially when there could be a lot of income that is made and generated apart from any of their knowledge? Unlike the dollar, which zeros move through a computer, through a bank. They travel here, they travel there. But the value of that is the same reason that the people couldn't have it, is the same reason that you should. Is because its value cannot be controlled. You see, as the dollar rises and falls, the value of silver and gold rises and falls. It's not as though gold has ever increased in value. It's always been the same. It's the buying power of the US dollar and other currencies around the world that changes, that rises and falls. The difference here is you have an internationally recognized unit of real currency, silver, that can be taken with you in your pocket to another country and be used to buy food. This will still purchase your family food in the event that the US dollar becomes worthless, because this is, though it's made by the United States and is the United States currency, this is a value not attached to a current system that is flawed and that is failing. So it's a wonderful security blanket. They're also in small denominations that are already set, measured, and weighed. For example, $1 in U.S. coinage made pre-1965 is all in exact weights. A 50-cent piece of silver is the exact weight of two 25-cent pieces, which is the exact weight of five 10-cent pieces, which is the exact weight as half of the $1 coins. These are all already broken up into denominations that can be used to barter and to trade. They're all exact weights. It's already been a monetary system that worked very proficiently and made the United States the greatest country in the history of the world, the most powerful country. Recognized throughout the country. Already broken down in denominations that are small enough to trade and to barter. See dimes. So it's one of the greatest safe havens that you can have, that you should be preparing for, and it also can be purchased at a moderate rate. When the poop hits the fan, and that's the event that we're talking about, nobody's going to care that this is 90% silver. What you have here is a silver coin. In fact, stuff gets that bad, what you have here is a silver coin. 1968's, these 40%ers, what you have here is a silver coin. There's no getting around that. That's just how it is. And because this will always still have a value that will remain. It will always have a value that will remain, while nothing else can be certain, because there's no value attached to it. So it's something that you do need to stock up on. Yeah, bars are good. It's good for bars. How are you going to move a bar when people are killing each other in the street for food? How are you going to move a 100-ounce bar of silver? How are you going to move it? Better take a chisel and a hammer and break chunks off of it. But these are priced to move now, and they're priced to move then. Already in denominations that are small enough to be able to be carried in your pocket, easily recognized. You don't need to carry around a scratch test with it to verify that it is silver, because it has the full weight of the fear of the United States government in reproducing their currency, which is not something that has happened until very recently, that somebody ever had the guts to start marketing U.S. currency on a mass scale, especially the coinage. All right, so that was my little rant for today. Thank you guys for joining me. This was Franklin Walker. Hopefully you two guys are out there and getting yourselves ready, getting yourselves prepared, because you never know when that day might come. But one thing, especially if you have children, if you have a family, you need to be prepared. You know, that's what they keep making these shows and laughing about preppers. It's not if it will come. In the event it might come. At this point, you can see clearly that we have an economy in its death throes. It's whining like a broken car. And then you take it to the person who's paid to fix your car, and they tell you, oh, it's supposed to make that noise. It always makes that noise. In fact, it's running great. And you already know that this car is a dying car. And you have no one that's really there, legitimately out to fix it. And that's the state of the U.S. economy in this current condition. It's dying. It's in its death throes. From day to day, that you can hear reports of the highest stock market investment in the history, the greatest drop in the history of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It is over and over, day to day. How can I have the greatest rises and the greatest falls in a short amount of time? This economy is in its death throes. So it's not about when it will happen, or if it will happen. It's about when. And are you ready? Are you prepared? All right. Well, thank you.